doing today? Doing things with Steve, Indiana. Today, I'm going to do something simple today and show you guys how to tie paracord, make handles. My daughter Karma come home the other day. I'm sitting on the porch and I'm watching her clean her van out, and she pulls this knife out. Had duct tape over here on it. Nasty, you know. You chop them weeds down or sticks. This was just disgusting. And she says to me, "Dad, this is a piece of crap, and I'm just gonna throw it away." Walk into the trash can. I said, "Hey, bring that over here for a minute." Number one, these handles weren't connected. Them wooden handles weren't connected. Had a couple rolls, you know, not a couple rolls, but a couple twisted rolls of duct tape hanging on it. And she was pretty right. It was a piece of crap. So I told her, "Well, let me tie some paracord on there for you." She said, "All right." So I put the paracord on there. Now, there really is a trick to this. I've seen people take it, and when they start doing it, they'll put a little finishing nail in there, or they'll try to glue it, you know, with some super glue or glue, and then they'll run glue all the way down the handle, and they'll wrap that paracord around there, and it doesn't work that long. I mean, it'll work for a while, but it doesn't work long. So I'm going to show you how to keep this tight, and I mean tight. It's not going to pull apart on you whatsoever. And the way I got it nice and clean, when I worked on a Christmas tree farm back in Hastings, Minnesota, and this is when I was still a kid. I wasn't even a teenager. I was probably 11 years old. I was a water boy at 10, so I probably started trimming it at probably 11. You had a machete blade about that big of steel, and then about that big of wood. And it was a step in, a step process of trimming. Switch hand, step in, step process. Your freaking blade would just get nasty with pine sap after about an hour. Well, what do? You grab it like this, and you shove it in the ground about a half a dozen times, and you pull it out, and it's shiny. Just the way to clean it. Karma watched me walk out in the yard with this, and she watched me go out there, plunge it in the ground. I'm not going to say 3 or 4 times. I'd probably say 8 to 12 times. You know, plunge it in the ground, walked over to my barrels, washed off, came in, and she said, "Did I just see you sticking that in the ground?" And I said, "Do you see any rust on there?" You know, it's a bit pitted, but it looks like you can shave with it compared to what I did with it. So I put a paracord on there for her, and I don't know if I want to give it to her. Anyway, I'm going to show you the trick to doing this. And like I said again, if nobody's ever showed you, how do you think I learned? I didn't come out of my mama's womb going, "Oh man, I'm a paracord wrapping son of a gun," you know what I'm saying? So you take your paracord, and this is going to be a gig. This is going to be my frog gig. Oh yeah, frog's going to be in trouble. Slippery. Nothing really to hang on to. It's just not quite thick enough, and it's just not quite thick enough. It's just too thin, you know, like maybe like this, you know what I'm saying? But watch what I'm doing. I'm going to take this paracord, and at the end, I'm going to want my handle, I'm figuring with the head on it, probably right there in the middle. So, paracord this way. I'm going to take the paracord, and this is all I'm going to do, you guys. Son of a bitch don't want to stay there, right? All I'm doing is this. I got the one end, make a loop on this end. I'm going to lay this down here. I'm going to lay this end down here. going to go around, and I'm going to start making my, handle. See there? Bring it around. Now the idea is you want to keep that pretty much in a straight line where it's at. And instead of sitting there wrapping it, I'm going to wrap it a couple times this way, but it just becomes a pain in the butt when you do it this way because you have to go around here. So now that I did this, I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm just going to turn this. Keep it tight. Keep it tight as you can. Pull that bad boy. Keep wrapping it. Wife and I we're going out looking for a new camping spot around here. Kind of tired of the same old ones. They do the trick. You know, some you go out on and you can camp on the lake, right on the water. Some you go out on and, well, we haven't showed you Hawthorne Park yet, but Hawthorne Park, there's no camping on any of the water. You can see the water if you're on one side the park, you know, if you can look between the trees, you'll be able to see water down there. We haven't camped at Prairie Creek Park yet, and we're going to. Prairie Creek's going to be exciting for a couple reasons. Number one, it's been a while since we've been there. And number two, there's actually a little pond, and then there's like, what would you call that, a swamp pond?
Yeah, something like that.
Where you can go down and put your boat in. Fished in there before, a bunch of times fished in there before. If nothing else, it's a catfisher, man. But it's a lot of stumps on the ground, and it's just not but there's a lake out there at Prairie Creek Park that when I talk about Prairie Creek Park to a lot of our friends, oh yeah, we've been out there, we've camped out there. It's nice. And wait till you see it when we go out there. This is a nice camping place, man. You want to do a little fishing? Yeah. You have to bring a boat? No. We won't bring our kayaks, but then if we wanted to, we could. But we'd have to carry them a little distance to the other lake. And we really want to go out there and do this because, like I said, a lot of people don't know. I had been out there for a couple, 3-4 years, and I used to fish at that little pond they have there. And then, of course, you go down by where the boats go in. They put the boats in, and, we go fishing there, and it was all fun. But then one time I was out there, some friends out there, we're all out there camping, and it was a party situation. Everybody said, hey, let's go down to the big lake. Big lake? What the hell lake are they talking about? There ain't no big lake around here. Yeah, there is. But if you don't go in the woods through the trails, you're not going to see it. You're not going to see it unless somebody tells you, hey man, have you been to the lake back there? There's a big lake back there. And there's a lady that fishes back there. They call her the catfish lady, wasn't I right, baby? Something like that. The catfish queen, catfish lady. We met her a long time ago, but didn't ever really think much about it. But we met her one time, and she was out catfishing. But while we were out here not too long ago out at Prairie Creek Park, we were talking to the people that run it out there, and they were talking about that catfish lady. And we learned a trick on how to catch catfish. And I've never heard it before. And when we were told it, wife and I, this has probably been a month ago, we kind of laughed about it like, why not? Why not? I'm going to tell you, it's going to involve in a hot dog. And my oldest son, when he was 10 years old, he used to have the fishing rodeo up at Dawes Park. He won first prize. What was it, the last 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes of the tournament? They were giving hot dogs out. I said, hey, go get one of them hot dogs. You know, don't eat it, bring it back here. And he went and got it and brought it back. Put it on there, man, and in no time he caught a big old catfish. And it worked out real well. While I'm babbling, could you go get me a needle nose plier or just a regular plier? But anyway, he won that. But there's two ingredients. It's a hot dog and something else. But I'm not going to say that something else until we go out there and go fishing, because it's going to be interesting. And I know the woman catches fish like like it's nobody's business. Anyway, wife and I, we've been out looking for a different kind of place to camp. And oh, did we find one today. Right outside of Terre Haute. No fishing, no lake. It's like a camping resort. Yeah, that's what I can say. A camping resort. We're going to go out there with, I believe my flotilla friends from our other video are going to go out there with us. And it's going to be a heck of a video for camping next Monday. So anybody that's going to be interested in seeing what I'm talking about, and I'm talking about a camping resort. A camping resort. And it's just, you're not going to spend $5 in gas getting there in your automobile. This place, we went out and checked it out today. Immaculate. We cannot wait to get out there. And it's camping all year round. So you are going to see me doing stealth camping on state property this winter. If you get away with it, you get away with it. If you get caught, most of the time they just say, well, you're not out there cooking dope, you're not getting drunk. We've just had them say to us before, when we're sleeping on this, as long as you're not causing a problem, it's not a problem to them. But this is a place that allows you to go camping in a tent or in an RV in the wintertime. Oh yeah. And Big Daddy, coming from Minnesota, I love camping in the wintertime. And so I really can't wait for the wintertime to come, man, because we're going to throw some cool camping videos out there. Snowing, the fun stuff. Freezing your butt off while you're cooking dinner. Okay, now watch this. I probably got this to where that's all I need. My fist will go across it. That little dough hand I got don't need much. I'll put a couple more wraps to it here, then I'm going to finish this off. But yeah, next Monday, you guys, there's going to be a video come out of this campground. It's a total family atmosphere, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. Oh, God. You bring your grandkids out there, you bring your kids out there. They're going to love you for it. Did you just see what I did? Mm-hmm. I'm done wrapping it. Now, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put it through this loop. Just like this. And I'm going to hold tight on this side. Now remember, this was a loop. This one went straight up, come back down. I start wrapping with it. Now watch what I do. You hook this with a plier, and you pull it. See what I'm doing there, ladies and gentlemen? See how that loop got smaller? Can Can you see the camera here?
Not the bottom of it, but
Can
the
you
top
see my
of it.
hand?
Not the bottom one, no.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna continue pulling on this now. Oh, get a hold of me, Daddy. I'm gonna pull that down. Now watch that loop. Watch that loop, guys. Ooh, see that? I'm saying guys, I'm talking to y'all out there. Guys, ladies, gals. See how that's still there? You want to say bye-bye. Pull that. Pull that bad boy down a little bit more. You know, like I said, you're going to put some muscle to this. When you pull that down, you've already wrapped this tight around there. You want to get that. Let's see if I get another inch out of that. I'll be happy. Good. See if I can't pull it down just a little bit tighter, guys. I wrapped this bad boy tight. There. There we go. There you go. Tight. Get a good fist around there. Get a good harpoon throw. I don't have nothing on here right now, but what I'll do is you can cut this off about here, burn the end of it, fold it over, and this stuff melts. It'll melt right into it. Same with this end. Cut this off. Cut this off about there. Get a good burn real good. Just smash it that way. Smash it that way. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't have a Band-Aid on my finger, and trust me, I did it, and I didn't wait long enough, and I ended up burning myself. So this is it's the same technique that I used on this. This one I burnt in. This one I just left out. Didn't care. You know, if it ever loosens up someday, I'll grab that and just pull on it a little bit. But this, never. But I want to show you something. This right here, that's an inner tube from a bicycle. This wasn't staying on here very good on the wood. It was slippery. So I cut that bicycle inner tube and I put it from here to here. I just haven't cut this excess off yet. And man, did that make a difference? Did that make a difference here? Now, I figured this isn't going to need it. And it's not moving on me. But if I feel that it ends up moving on me one day, the bicycle inner tube was a little bigger than this, but I'm sure I could cut, you know, a half inch, cut a line and then a quarter to a half inch over, wrap it around here, put a couple staples in it, and then continue my wrap like I did on this one. But so far, I think I'm pretty happy with the way this is. You know, I'll end up putting my screw in there to keep that nice and tight. And, you know, balancing out wise, I think I did pretty good, you know. And now, before I started, I drilled a hole through there. I'm going to put my string through here, you know, put a slip knot on that where it won't go nowhere. And then, you know, at the same same time, I'll take this and I'll make one around my wrist where it's slip knot, where I can open it up and tighten it. And leave about, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 feet. I'm not a spear chucker, you know what I'm saying? I can't sit there and say I'm going to throw this at a frog 20, 30 feet away and I'm going to gig his ass, because that's not going to happen. But when I let it go, and I'm in my boat, and I'm not in that deep of water, and I can't get to it, you just wrap it around my wrist, and I'll be able to just pull it back to that frog on the end of the corn. Oh yeah, we're gonna have frog legs tonight. So guys, hope find knives. You're gonna have daggers in your house. You're gonna have knives in your house. You're gonna have goofy looking handles, duct tape on them. This is the trick, and there's a good opportunity that I might end up redoing this and using the rubber. Optional. This is pretty tight, but I'm not saying in the next couple visits that I do. And the idea is that loop up here, when you run this through that, and you pull this tight, you're running this here down in here. It's not coming out. It's not coming out. So, doing things with Steve, Indiana. Got a hell of a camping thing coming up this weekend. This is, like I said, it's a resort. It's offbeat camping. This is offbeat camping because it's not your average camping thing. It's not my camping experience at all, to be honest with you. But with the grandkids and people watching this, it's definitely going to be a
family.
Yeah, family. Definitely family orientated. This is what I'm getting at. And they allow you to camp winter round. So people, you're going to start seeing us doing camping in our van, because we made it into a like a little RV. We got it bed back there and stuff now. But if we take it out to the Vigo County campgrounds, we can't sleep in it unless we put a tent up. We can go put a 2-man pup tent up next to in our campsite. We don't have to put nothing in it. You don't have to put sleeping in nothing. You just have to have it set up. And then you can sleep in your RV-made van. Otherwise, they were telling us last week, you can't sleep out here unless you got an RV on your plate. Who's going to do that? Pay that kind of insurance? I go, dude, hashtag van life. God dang, you know what I'm saying? It's all, go on YouTube and just look for van life. Living the van life. Oh my God. You know, well, where the hell are they sleeping at? So, this place out here, you don't have to put a tent up. They're going to let us sleep in that the way it is right there. And they said, all winter camping. You mean we can camp out here during the winter snowstorm in a tent? Yeah. The electric or primitive. Wow. You know, so you don't think you guys are going to see us out there doing some winter camping, me and wife and that? Yeah, you are in our van. Oh, well, hell yeah, you're going to now. And I don't know if wife wants to get out and do stealth camping with me out on state ground and stuff like that, but like she says to me, if I'm warm, what do I care? Right, baby?
That's right.
You know, the whole thing is keep their belly fed, man, and keep them warm. No problem. So, guys, I'm done with this video. I hope you learned something here. Check it out. I learned how to do this stuff when I was a kid. I had an uncle, my mom's uncle, so he would have been my second uncle, Chuck Eckelberger. He owned a tackle and fish and a boat rental place in a place called Pepin, Wisconsin, on Lake Pepin. It's actually the Mississippi River forming into a lake, bluffs all over. My family's all from in that area, and it's just on the other side of the border of Minnesota. He showed my brother and I this when we were kids. He was the first man to give me a bucktail, or a doe-tail. It was, come off from a white-tailed deer. And he showed me and my brother how to do this with our fishing line. And you would take them hairs from that tail, put them around that fishing thing. You gotta have some nervy fingers, dog. Go this way and that way, like I showed you. Wrap, wrap, wrap. Pull it through, pull it. Them feathers or them hairs are gonna stay on. You're gonna get more than 1 or 2 fishing seasons out of them. My brother and I used to make a crap out of them, and we would go back and sell them to him for $0.25 a piece. I'm talking like, I'm talking like what, 68? You know what I'm saying? The year 1968. And he showed us how to do it. And we'd come back, man, with fistfuls of them. We'd sell them to him. And, you know, of course, we did it for ourselves. You can do it with a treble hook. You know, they got these little machines that hold all that crap for you now. And got these little spinning things that go around. But if you got the fingers and you get you a nice size hook, and you got the fingers, you know, you can cheat a little, you know, tie the hairs on, do whatever you want to do to get them on there. But when you use that same wrap I just showed you on here, you pull that through tight, tight, tight. Them hairs will stay. Maybe one day, I got some butter fingers, man, and I'm not lying to you. They don't work like that much. But maybe one day I'll be able to actually put that on a video, and you get the idea of what I'm talking about. You know, then maybe get a little, you know, the little things that alligator clips, you know, to help hold this. And like I said, they got a freaking machine that you can buy and do it, but then it's not fun. It's not really handmade. Anyway, I'm going to finish this off. I'm going to put my retrieve line, I reckon is what I call it on there. And hopefully we'll have a frog gating thing up. Until then, you know what? Hit that like button, subscribe, send it to your friends. Tell them how wonderful I am. You know what I'm saying? You watch Steve, you're going to learn something. And if you already know it, he'll just show you again. And then you can go out and do it. So, I'm done doing things with me right now. I know this is a short video. Ain't got much to it. Next week is going to be a good one. I guarantee you. If you're into the camping and you're into a resort, I don't want to really go into what's out there. But have you ever played checkers or chess on like a 20 by 20 foot ground? That you know, the checkers or chess players are like this tall. You know, that's just one of the amenities out there. We like checkers. We're gonna play. I don't want to tell you any more because then you're not gonna see it online. But I'm really excited, if you can tell. I'm overly excited on it. I really am. So, goodbye. Treat everybody kind.